Our guest on Sports Overtime, former Griffin captain Jeff Hoggan, captained the team to the 2013 Calder Cup. Jeff, what I know you're retired now. How's life without hockey? How are you making that transition?
Well, I've got four boys, so I don't think hockey's ever going to end. So I'm around the youth organizations here in Omaha. But I think that first year out of the game was certainly tough. You're trying to kind of find out something to replace that 16 years of playing. And, I think I found a role here at 88 Tactical. But other than that, hockey never leaves you. And, it's always going to be with my family as well.
You got a special place with the Griffins. I know they're going to retire your number. What did this organization mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it was my family really for 4 years, and it was pretty special. I was 32 coming back from Germany, where most guys are retiring. You go over to Europe, see the sights, and I got connected with Jeff Blashill through a mutual friend, and it was just one of those things. You're at an age where you think it's coming to an end, and got reinvigorated and given an important role, and really embraced it. And the results of that season were, I mean, it couldn't have been written any better. I guess it was just the way it turned out. It kind of capped a special year, but also a special next 3 more years. So it's pretty fortunate, and we'll always savor every moment I had in Grand Rapids.
What does that mean to be a captain of a team when you're kind of the alpha dog, or the guy that they turn to lead? How serious was that role for you?
Yeah, it was serious. I was a captain in San Antonio, I guess, before I went to Germany, but it's always a learned process. I guess, you're always, I guess, you're the alpha, but in hockey, there's a group effort. And I was pretty fortunate to be surrounded by Brendan Evans and Nathan Page and Tristan Grant. We had a nice core of guys where the message from the top with Blash, with Jimmy Peck that year was, you just echoed it. You find out early in my career, I'd watch guys like Shane Doan. I played in Boston with Chara, but all those years, I just kind of were trying to grab little tidbits of, how to be a leader, how to be comfortable with that C on. And, it was at that stage at 32, it was, you didn't have to try to be a leader, I guess. It was there, and I didn't really take notice of it. I was just trying to be myself, and I really, really embraced the young guys we had that followed, and the results really turned out that year. It was special.
Was there a better moment in your career than being given that Calder Cup, raising it above your head?
Yeah, I mean, no, there wasn't, because sure, you played in the NHL, you got your first game, your first goal, and I think when the whole journey started, that's all you wanted was the NHL. And I recognized that when the players that came up that year, even they were thinking NHL, and I think all those guys will appreciate that year more so for wherever they went on and played in the NHL. But at that stage of my career, that was special, knowing how hard it took to get there, and to be around for it and be a part of it, knowing those opportunities, no matter what level, to be a champion is always remembered, and I certainly will remember it too.
Fan base in Grand Rapids, how much did you get from them?
Well, I felt like it just grew every day there. I know they were starved for playoffs. And I was with Houston when we won the Calder Cup my first year, and Grand Rapids was stacked. And, I saw, Picard was on that team who just had his jersey retired, and there was a talented group of players on that team. And, but I felt like that whole year just got more and more, accumulation of fan base, are just coming to the games. I know we had Dollar Beer Wednesdays that really kind of grabbed a lot of people, but it just got bigger and bigger. And then, I mean, when I think of Grand Rapids hockey now, I think of a packed house, 10,000 plus. And, I think it had games like that in the past, but I think that year really kind of, stamped it as, hey, that's the best place in the AHL to play.
Last thing for you. Jeff Blashill, he was your coach when you won that cup. And we're hearing a lot of people starting to call for his job in Detroit. What does he bring to the table? What made him such a good coach? And what should Red Wings fans do right now in regard to, change or no change?
Yeah, I think that's the nature of the game. When you're not winning, they're going to look for things to point the finger on, or it's blame. And as a coach, you know that. But for Blash, you know, when I first came in, I played for Todd McClellan there, who was actually in Detroit's organization as well. But all the veterans were like, hey, this guy's an NHL coach. You know, you could see it, and there was something different about him. And for Blash, you know, he was a winner. He won wherever he went. And yeah, you know, I recognize that my first few weeks there in Grand Rapids, and knowing he was going to go on to that higher level. At the same time, you know, is it the coach, right? It comes down, Blash is a hell of a coach, hell of a communicator. You know, and if there's a need for a change, sure, it has to be the coach, it has to be the GM. But for me, you know, you ride out this, I guess, a rebuild, or you know what Detroit's got going on. He knows the game well. He studies. He works so hard. You know, I don't know if that's the answer. Obviously, I'm biased because you know we won together, and you're loyal to those guys, and you've seen them at their best. I think patience, always patience. You know, and when things aren't going away, you know, it's a knee jerk. But I think you know, Steve Yzerman knows that, and I think you know it would have been an easy out to this point, because Detroit's always won. They're so used to winning, and they want it back right now. And you know, I think at the same time, you know, he could be a key part to getting all those young players, because they look good to me some nights here. I certainly follow, you know, as well. And yeah, I think just be patient, and you know, Detroit, no doubt, is going to be a winner again.
This night they're going to have for you, is this one of those things you really look forward to, or does the humble side of you take over?
Yeah, it was, you know, there's always that, you know, my whole career was, am I doing enough? Do I deserve to be here? And, you know, that is kind of monumental when you think of it. So yeah, it's pretty special. And you know, a little anxiety about the whole deal, of course. You kind of keep your head down and just work my whole career. And, you know, that's one of the biggest recognitions there is. So yeah, a little bit of everything. I'm excited.
We have the boys with you?
Definitely. Yeah. I think we're leaving the baby at home just so we can have some fun, but I'm excited to see everybody back there for sure.
I know now you're captaining a team at 88 Tactical. Do you draw on those leadership skills that you developed as a player in this new career?
Yeah, I think the team mindset of, you know, there's never a me attitude around here. And I think the sales team that we have is starting to recognize, you know, my background in that, because I really, you know, I didn't know sales, you know, I didn't know a lot about business, but team and recognizing qualities in people, I think that's been the easiest transition for me in my role.
And tell us about this company.
88 Tactical is kind of a cutting edge tactical training facility. You know, we have anti-bullying classes for kids. We do have a gun range to learn, you know, certain tactics in the range. But it's one of those things you have to check it out, 88tactical.com. But it's kind of a new team with police, military, and a bunch of hockey guys, and we plan to go nationwide with you know, what we're doing here.
Great. Jeff, thank you so much. Enjoy your big night here in Grand Rapids. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of fans there looking to thank you one more time.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the time, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you.